Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea, and today I'm going to be making some mini DIYs for my Christmas tiered tray that are all red and white and candy cane inspired. For this Christmas tiered tray DIY, I'm taking some white and red acrylic paint and painting some wooden beads with them, alternating the red and white. I lined them up in the order I wanted them to go, with a smaller bead, then a larger bead, and a smaller bead, etc., continuing the pattern along. Next, I'm taking this metal tag from Dollar Tree and painting it with the same red paint from DecoArt in the shade Cinnamon Drop. I'm using this red and white twine from Dollar Tree, and I'm looping it through the tag and tying a knot so it stays in place. Then I'm weaving all of the beads onto the twine. Once all the beads are in place, I'm tying a couple of knots so they don't fall off. Then I'm taking a couple more strands of the twine and tying them to the end here so I can have a few little red and white tails sticking out from the end of my bead garland. I cut this Peppermint Kisses decal out with my Cricut in white vinyl, and now I'm using some transfer tape to stick it onto the metal tag. For this DIY, I'm using 6 of the tumbling tower blocks from Dollarama. I'm gluing all the blocks together to make 3 layers, 2 blocks per layer. You can see these are painted brown. That was from a previous DIY, but we're going to be covering that up today with this chalk paint from Folk Art. I'm painting over top of the brown with the white paint, and this is a great example of how you can reuse things in different seasons or different years, depending on whatever look you're going for. You don't always have to buy new supplies. Instead of cutting out words with my Cricut for this DIY, I decided to use this paint marker from DecoArt and write on my book stack instead. I'm writing out North Pole Candy Cane Factory. And I don't love how this turned out. It definitely would have looked better using the Cricut vinyl. The pen itself is pretty easy to use, but I just found it really hard to get nice exact lettering, especially on these blocks where my hand didn't really have a place to rest. I particularly messed up the second C in candy cane, and I just could not stand how that looked. So I covered that bit up with some of the white paint, and then I'm going to go back and redraw the C. Next, I'm taking this red and white candy cane striped ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm wrapping it around the book stack, then hot gluing it in place. I'm taking another piece of the ribbon and making 2 loops to form a little bow, then hot gluing that on top. Today's video is part of the MINIS challenge hosted by Corey from Crafted by Corey, and this month's theme is Christmas in July. So make sure to click the link in the description box to see the playlist for all of the Christmas in July videos. For this tiered tray DIY, I'm making a little sign using this thin piece of wood, which came from something from Dollar Tree, and I'm painting it red with the Cinnamon Drop paint from DecoArt. I cut out this Candy Canes 5 cents each decal with the Cricut, and it also has a little cutout of a candy cane at the bottom, and I'm sticking it to my wood piece. I'm using these craft sticks from Dollar Tree to make a Christmas tree. I'm trimming the craft sticks so there are 5 pieces, starting with the longest piece on the bottom and getting smaller toward the top. I'm also using another craft stick on the back to keep all of these pieces together. I'm painting all my craft sticks white with this white acrylic paint from DecoArt. I'm hot gluing the 5 smaller craft stick pieces to the longer piece, leaving a bit of space between each one. I'm also gluing a small wood cube from Dollar Tree to the back of the tree so it can stand up on my tiered tray. This gold star is from Dollar Tree, and I'm painting it silver with this metallic paint from DecoArt. I cut out some Christmas-themed words with my Cricut on red vinyl. I chose joy, peace, Mary, and believe. I'm weeding these out, then sticking them onto my tree. I also cut out a mini candy cane for the top piece of the tree, and I think this looks so cute. Now I'm hot gluing the star to the top of the tree. For the next tiered tray DIY, I'm taking an empty cracker box and cutting it so the cardboard lays flat, and then I'm also cutting off all the tabs. I'm rolling the cardboard into a cone shape and hot gluing it in place. I'm cutting the bottom of the tree off to make it smaller and also to make it be able to stand up on my tray. I have this white yarn that I believe was from Michael's, and I'm going to cover the whole cardboard cone with it. I went over the tree with about 3 layers of the yarn, so don't worry about having any gaps as you go because it'll all be covered up. I'm also focusing a bit more of the yarn toward the bottom of the tree to make the bottom even thicker and have more of the pronounced cone shape. I have this red and white twine and I'm wrapping it around the tree diagonally. I just hot glued it at the top and again at the bottom once I'd wrapped it all around. I'm using some of the pearls from this ornament filler bag and I'm hot gluing 5 of them onto the tree. I painted one of the Dollar Tree stars silver and I'm hot gluing it to the top of the tree. For the next tiered tray DIY, I'm using this wood block from Dollar Tree. I'm painting it red with the Dollar Tree paint. I'm turning this into a present, so I'm taking this red and white candy cane ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm wrapping one piece around the block and gluing it in place at the top. Then I'm taking another piece of ribbon and wrapping it around the block the opposite way, so it crosses over the other piece of ribbon. Now I'm making a bow for the top of the present. I'm making 3 loops with the ribbon, then hot gluing it to the top of the present. I'm also making a couple other separate loops and hot gluing those to the block to make my bow nice and full. This ribbon isn't wired, so I'm using little dabs of hot glue to keep all the pieces of the bow in place. One of the tails ended up a little too short, so I'm trimming it down and replacing it with a longer piece of ribbon. My ribbon frayed quite a lot, so I'm going over with scissors and just trimming off all of the excess frayed bits. Here is the finished tiered tray. Let me know in the comments which of these was your favorite. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time.